assemble. Friends, I want you to notice carefully what these words do not say. They do not say, unless we have a waiting time for a vaccine. They do not say, unless there is a virus.
There's no such thing as an unlimited right. I have right to free speech. I can't say your money or your life. All rights have limitations. Nobody's got absolute authority to do anything. There are plenty of statutes that grant governments emergency powers, but the statutes themselves have to be constitutional. So the government has to pass something called strict scrutiny. The laws have to be narrowly tailored to further a compelling governmental interest. There's no doubt that preventing the contagion is a compelling interest. It all comes down to, are they narrowly tailored? People are exercising their First Amendment rights to protest, which is absolutely fine. I do get concerned when I see them protesting in a way that creates a physical danger, acting as if the coronavirus is not harmful. You have to distinguish between people expressing their First Amendment rights by protesting and people flouting social distancing orders, which is a danger to the public and the government has a right to prevent. There are two ways in which the government can be overreaching. One would be a violation for civil liberties. The other would be in terms of economic hardship. Let's start with the civil liberties. COVID is being used as an excuse to shut down abortion clinics. And I think those will fall to constitutional challenges. I think the complete shutting down of gun stores is an overreach. Worship. If there's drive-in services where people remain in their cars and at a safe distance, I think there'll be some successful litigation arguing people have the right to do so. There's the issue of economic hardship. Has the government overreached? And that depends on your philosophy of government and how hard your state's been hit. But from what I've seen of the rallies, the degree that they're arguing that the stay-at-home orders in and of themselves are unconstitutional, these are folks who don't understand our system of the Bill of Rights very well. Bill Gates just published a very interesting editorial in which he talked about the innovations that we need to fight the coronavirus. And one of the things he talked about was contact tracing, the ability to find out if you've tested positive for the virus, who you've been in close contact with. One way that could happen would be through an app on your cell phone, either mandatory or voluntary, that could tell authorities who you've been in close contact with. Medically, fantastic. But of course, it presents a very serious threat to our civil liberties. It means the government can know who you are associating with. Tremendous advance in surveillance powers for the government. So what do you do about this? On the one hand, it's a truly useful tool from the point of view of avoiding the spread of COVID. And it's also a tremendous potential threat to our civil liberties. So what you want to do is you want to have it with everything you need in place to make sure it doesn't get abused. The three keys would be sunset provisions. It can't go on past a year unless it's specifically reauthorized. The other is independent oversight to make sure it's not abused. And you want a system of transparency. You want the public, through the Freedom of Information Act or other tools, to be able to readily understand how it's being used and therefore not abused. So middle ground. The tools are potentially fantastic. We could use them, but we also have to be aware of their potential for really quite grave civil liberties violations.